Hi survivors, it's me Prepper Zan, and I'm reporting once again to you. Just got some news about this strong geomagnetic storm that could possibly hit Earth on Saturday. Says the sun explodes with dangerous flares. So I'm going to read it to you guys, the information that I received. I always do my research before I just come out here and start talking about things that I'm really not that knowledgeable on and that I'm hearing about. It says the Space Weather Prediction Center under the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, known as the NOAA, on Friday issued a geomagnetic storm watch for October 30th following a coronal mass ejection known as the CME that everybody's talking about from the sun late Thursday night. The CME, the coronal mass ejection, would take more than 2 days to cross the sun-Earth divide and could hit the planet on October the 30th, which is tomorrow. A G3 strong, that means it's very strong, geomagnetic storm watch has been issued for October the 30th in response to the coronal mass ejection, CME, from region 2887, associated with the X1 flare. A G2 moderate watch is in effect for October 31st, which is Sunday, the agency said in a statement. As the sun wakes up in its new solar cycle, the massive ball, sorry you guys, let's keep on strolling. The massive ball of fire hurtled dangerous flares towards Earth. The Solar Dynamics Observatory captured the image of the coronal mass ejection, which is known as the CME, in which the sun released X1 class flares. What happened on the sun? A lot of people are asking. The X-class flares are classified as the most intense flares, and NASA said that X2 is twice as intense as an X1, and X3 is 3 times as intense. Flares that are classified X10 or stronger are considered unusually intense. A coronal mass ejection, CME, launched into space on October 28th by exploding sunspot AR 2887, is heading almost directly for Earth, spaceweather.com reported. The coronagraphs, which study the sun's outer atmosphere known as the corona, recorded the CMEs racing away from the sun faster than 1,260 kilometers per second. These particles were accelerated toward Earth by shock waves at the leading edge of the CME, traveling at relativistic speeds. The protons reached us in less than an hour. The blast on the sun created a massive tsunami of plasma that rippled across the entire solar disk, with the plasma wave extending at about 1 million kilometers tall and moving through the sun's atmosphere faster than 700 kilometers per second. What is a geomagnetic storm? According to NASA, a geomagnetic storm is a major disturbance of Earth's magnetosphere. I might still be slightly mispronouncing that. It's magnetosphere, that occurs when there is a very efficient exchange of energy from the solar wind into the space environment surrounding the Earth. The largest storms that result from these conditions are associated with solar coronal mass ejections, CMEs, where 1 billion tons or so of plasma from the sun with its embedded magnetic field arrives on Earth. These storms can add energy in the form of heat that can increase the density and distribution of density in the upper atmosphere, causing extra drag on satellites in low Earth orbit. The storm could trigger auroras, and NOAA has issued an alert saying that it may be visible in the U.S. from Pennsylvania to Iowa to Oregon. Wow, quite interesting, and and also, it's something to be concerned about. But y'all, as preppers, to be honest with you, we should already have a lot of things that we already need, if not everything that we can possibly. They call us hoarders, but if it's to affect the Earth and affect the things that it says it's going to affect, like the grid and satellites, and I've been studying for some hours now, and other things of that nature, y'all, we should already be well equipped with plenty of food, water, ways that we can be able to purify our water, ways that we can be able to cook, and have your things to protect yourselves and your homes. Have something for your children to do. Make sure to keep them calm if this event actually take place. Stay prayerful, of course. Make sure you have things to be able to clean your house with, because I know when the grid is affected, being that I've been in a lot of grid down situations, the water is also off as well, or it's contaminated. Or you may be able to flush your toilet a couple of times, and after that you cannot. So not only you want to keep enough water for you to brush your teeth, wash your face, be able to cook some foods, and to drink mostly, but you want to keep some other water that you can use to be able, and a bucket, to be able to flush your toilet. That's why I always iterate to you guys, know where a large body of water is around you. If not, if you can, try to live by one. It depends. If you're in flooding areas like where I live, you may not want to be too close to bodies of water. Like in Galveston, on Galveston Island, they now have a seawall up. For those who have never gone, they have a seawall up to prevent the water from the ocean going into to the community, where there's businesses, and because that place was destroyed a little bit over 100 years ago, with floods and hurricanes and whatnot, and all that water, I'm telling you, it flooded and took most of that island away. So now, people like myself and other people, you want to be close to body water, and when you're out here in Texas in these hurricane areas, but not too close, especially if you're in areas that flood. But you guys, please locate where there's big bodies of water around you. If you live in an apartment complex and you have access to a pool or a pool key, make sure that you check that pool now. Make sure that they have some water in that pool. They may not, because the summer's over, but you want to make sure you have access to plenty of water. Make sure you have your medications. Make sure you have the things that you need, your generators, if you're fortunate enough to have a generator and whatnot. I wish everybody the best. Let's stay prayerful. The main thing for us to do is to be prepared with these situations. Since the beginning of this pandemic, y'all, to me, it's been an SHTF. We should already be well equipped with a lot of things that, and I'm pretty sure I'm missing some things. Your batteries, your candles, of course, those like the basics. You know what I'm saying? Keeping your devices fully charged. Keep a tank full of gas. And keep you some water and stuff in your car as well. Okay, you guys, y'all can leave me a comment as to what y'all think. If y'all think it's actually going to occur. We never know in these days and times. Y'all, nothing shocks me no more. Nothing they say on this TV shocks me no more. Nothing that I read in the newspaper. Nothing that I see on the streets. Nothing that I hear. Things I read and see here on YouTube. Nothing shocks. I mean, it could be an alien invasion right now. I'll probably just sit there and just observe it. Or run if I have to run, or whatever I have to do, get my weapons or whatever. I mean, I won't be in a state of shock, because, nothing shocks me anymore in this world that we live in. It just seems like it's just situations after situations, events after events, and a lot of them are devastating, to say the least. Okay, watch this world, y'all. Y'all watch the weather especially, and smell your water, please. Smell your water, please. We're dealing with an evil agenda. And I wouldn't be surprised if they had something to do with this. I'm just saying. Y'all know how I feel about it. Allegedly. Keep surviving. Sandhill.com.